we're going to now get ready and talk about some awards. So I think that just to give you a little bit of background, the industry is very nascent in being able to track and understand what's going on. We're a company that's out there, Work Truck Solutions, building data for the first time around these amazing truck bodies and just for the whole industry, right?
It's the beginning of the awards season. The
There
third
it.
place winner of the most upfits on the lot is the Thompson Group, Classic Chevrolet and Grapevine.
Great job, Jim. I know I can always leave you and you will fill in for the correct thing. So go for the second place too.
Okay. Larry H. Miller, Ford in Mesa, Arizona. So we got
All right.
Texas, Arizona, and number one, most upfits on the lot, Randy Marion Chevrolet in Mooresville, first
So,
place.
so Jim, before we go to the next one, I guess we should explain to everybody in the audience that upfits are a big investment by dealers. The dealers have to decide what they're going to build out of their chassis and vans to make them suitable for these specialty customers, these businesses. And so for them to make this investment and put these upfits on their lot, it is a big commitment. And we want to acknowledge that, and we want to say, great job. By the way, they sell more when they do that. Yay. All right, let's go to the next award. So along those same lines, we decided to take a look and see, based on 2019 to 2020, which dealers had the highest growth in the number of upfits, because that's one way to benchmark what dealers are doing. So Jim, you want to go ahead and let's hit it off with who is number 3.
Okay, number 3 highest growth in uplifts was Furman Ford and Countryside. Number 2, Broadway Ford Truck Sales. And number 1, most growth, again, Larry H. Miller, Ford Draper, though.
Yep.
Larry H. Miller does a great job.
They
all
really
do.
do.
All the stores do, but that's
Yep.
an outstanding dealership.
Well, and they've really realized the quality of the opportunity for commercial. I think it's great when you see a dealer group that recognizes that and are willing to invest in it. So, all right. So what's the next category?
Okay. Oh.
The most upfits that are moved in 2020. Now, we use the term moved because we don't have all the visibility into what's sold, but we see what moves off of the inventory. That could either be as a trade or it could be as a sale. So that's how we track this. So in either way, the dealer is successful. So let's see number 3.
And I'm sorry, it's a little noisy. The garbage truck is working, which is a work truck. So we're listening to one. Atkins Ford Winder?
Winder. Yeah, Aikens Ford Winder. Yep, they're in Georgia.
Third place in Georgia. Second place, Larry H. Miller Ford in Mesa.
Mm-hmm.
And first place, most upfits moved, is Randy Marion Chevrolet in Mooresville.
So Randy Marion is a big, big operation. I don't know if you've ever been to North Carolina there, but they've got these hills filled with white trucks. It's really most impressive. I think 60% of their business is commercial. Very, wow. Very big. All right, next category.
Okay.
Go ahead and move the slides. There you go. So again, we are looking at most moved vehicles. Now, the reason we talk about vehicles as opposed to upfits is we show upfits, which are these finished vehicles, but we also track the cab chassis, which are the trucks that are the front end but only have the rails on the back, and the vans that are empty, and pickup trucks that are used by commercial businesses. So this is total commercial vehicles moved in 2020. Take it, Jim.
This is a big one. Total commercial. Third place winner is
Bomnin. Bomnin Chevrolet in West Kendall.
Oh, that's in Florida. Yeah, I'm going to have to reboot.
Okay, well, while you're doing
now
that,
I'm frozen.
Okay, see you in a minute.
Okay.
Number 2. Randall Reed's Planet Ford Spring. And number 1, Aikens Ford Winder. And I have to tell you, I had a call with Eric this morning, who's the commercial manager at Aikens Ford. And I told him that they were really hitting it out of the park and that they were going to be receiving some awards tonight. And just so you all know, we're going to be sending out certificates to all of these dealers on the achievements that they've made in 2020. So, all right, the next category. Most improved upfits moved. So this is where we're measuring from 2019 to 2020. Jim, take it.
Growth. Okay, most growth. Third place is West Chevrolet. Second place is Advantage Chevrolet. And first place, the Lynch Truck Center, GMC. So obviously GMC is putting some pressure and emphasis on commercial, which is excellent. Good growth.
Yeah, they have a really, really high quality product. It's a little tougher for GMC because their range of categories is a little bit smaller, but their Denali and their other products are just really, really exciting products. So
Ed Pepper did a good job today.
Yep, he really did. I loved the strategy and the thinking through and the future view. So next category. So we've got leads. Dealers want leads. They do. They're looking for leads. And as a company, Work Truck Solutions is always looking for ways to enhance those leads, whether we're generating leads to their website in a variety of ways, and then converting that traffic into leads, or our new marketplace, which is called Convoy, COMVOY. Convoy is a national marketplace targeted to work truck buyers, all the different vocations that you could imagine, targeting them and driving very uniquely targeted leads to the dealers. So this is, Jim, this is counting and looking at those leads for 2020.
Okay. Third place, most leads is, Reichert Ford. We're going to hear from him tomorrow from Rhett.
Absolutely.
Second place, Phil Longford in Denver. And first place is Randy Marion again in Morrisville.
So Jim, let's look at the next award category.
Okay.
This is interesting. The most leads per vehicle. Now that's not the same as what we've been doing where we were looking at leads by dealer. So this is looking at how many leads a particular vehicle type or a particular vehicle is generating, which is kind of an interesting way to look at it, don't you think?
Yeah, and it also shows that somebody's putting the right vehicles in inventory.
Absolutely.
That's attracting the market instead of something nobody's looking at. So
and maybe it's because
indicator.
They're putting better photos. Maybe it's because they're showing it, more details about it. So let's see who they are.
Number 3, Barlow Isuzu.
They're in New Jersey. I know that.
And number 2, James Wood Isuzu. Huh.
Yeah.
And number 1, Border International.
Oh, great. That is fantastic. Very interesting. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at the next category. So this is my favorite. In the work truck world, we talk about what this is. This is a relationship business, that it's B2B. It's not like retail where you're trying to ping people all over with social media, et cetera. In commercial space, you want to be also developing the relationships, making them ongoing, keeping in touch with people. And so I know that we have a tool on our platform that's called 2-minute prospecting. And we call it that because it takes only 2 minutes to do. And so we looked at who has been using this tool to send trucks with beautiful vehicle detail pages or VDPs, lots of rich information to possible prospects. And so we took a look across the whole United States for 2020, and we looked at the sales people who we call truck pros. Now, whether they sell trucks or vans or commercial vehicles, we call them truck pros. We know, and you heard it today, actually, Jim, a lot of people said, I remember Kirk said it in your session, that no matter what, it's still important to be a consultant to the customer.
Right.
And
Yep.
so we call them truck pros. So this is
Yep.
showing who individuals across the US did the most prospecting in 2020.
Yeah, and I think this also shows the benefit of Work Truck Solutions,
Yeah,
because given the data and the process, the system, that everyone can prospect in the right way, identifying the best candidates. So this is the best salespeople. Hats
yep,
off. And
yep.
the third place winner is Troy Eccles at Larry H. Miller Ford in Mesa.
Good
Good
job,
job,
Troy.
Troy.
Yep.
Second place is Brian Cooper at Mercedes-Benz of Westchester. And that's great, Mercedes-Benz, because they're heavily into this business with the Sprinter line. And
Absolutely.
it
And
shows the potential.
absolutely. And we saw, Jim, a couple years ago when the van really started coming into its own. I'd say maybe 3 years ago, we saw that the van was really going to make a big change in how commercial companies were buying vehicles. That urban
Yeah.
companies would want something with more, nimbleness and turning range. And everybody was looking for lighter vehicles to save on gas and et cetera. And so we really have worked hard to make to be able to surface the unique value of these vans. We actually have a tool on our platform called Van Builder, which allows a customer to try different upfits and see using fitment, which is the term for the engineering that says these shelves, these things can fit with this kind of van. So it lets
Okay.
them play with that. So that's why
Good.
Mercedes-Benz is a great fit for that.
It sure is. And the winner of Top Prospecting Truck Pros is Kevin Zent at Joe Basil Chevrolet.
So Joe Basil is in New York, in upstate New York, Buffalo. And I have to tell you, Bill Obrachta is the general manager there. He's used to be the commercial manager, and now he's kind of over both. And he has been absolutely smart about making sure that his team is using this proactive approach to prospecting. So in addition to Kevin, and kudos to Kevin, I also want to call out Bill.
Now we're going to get a charge out of this next category.
Haha, that wasn't a subject of today, was it? Yes. So we look at when you look at our filter. So first of all, we look at commercial vehicles in a very broad sense. The dealers and us kind of get together and say, these are the things that businesses buy. So a commercial vehicle includes trucks, pickup trucks, trucks that are cab chassis, trucks that are upfitted, vans that are not upfitted, vans that are upfitted, and what are called cutaways, which are vans that are just the front end and they're open on the back so that you can put upfits on them. So this includes all of those types of vehicles, just so you know, Jim.
So who had the most? This is a very advanced progressive dealer.
Mm-hmm.
Let's find out who the third place is. Bergstrom Chrysler Dodge. Well, that's a surprise because it's not in California or in the West. Tim does a
Exactly.
great job. Wonderful dealer. Second place, AutoNation Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Valencia.
And that is California.
That's California by the amusement park. And number one is Kiefer Dodge Chrysler Jeep Dodge. Where's Kiefer?
You know,
You know?
I'll have to take a look at that. I have to admit,
That's
now that
great.
we have over 1,100 dealer locations, I have to
Yeah.
admit I can't recognize all of them, but we will be sending out a certificate. And of course, the next category is the EVs sold and
Yeah.
or moved rather in 2020. And so it's going to be interesting. What do you think, Jim? Do you think that people are stocking them are going to be more likely to sell them?
If you don't have them in stock, they're not going to. I used to sell when I went through college, I sold pots and pans. And if I didn't have pots and pans to give out at the time, I wouldn't have sold any. So door
That's
to
right.
door.
Let's take a look.
The number one EV, oh, Bergstrom again. Oh,
Yep.
that's wonderful. That's a very progressive store. Everything they do. Number two, EV vehicles moved is the number two.
You're not seeing it?
I'm not.
Uh-oh.
Do you see it?
I do. It's
Go
actually
ahead.
AutoNation in Valencia
Oh,
again.
I
If you're
froze.
frozen, you're going to have to go out and come back in. All right.
Okay.
All right. And I'll take number one. Let's show it. And it's Keffer, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, which we don't know exactly where they are. In fact, I'm going to look right now. Um, Dodge, they are in North Carolina. Holy cow, that is phenomenal. So I think that we're fairly excited that we've have already. I know that the numbers were very small, but the fact that we've got dealers that are thinking this way already, they're stocking things, they're selling things, and you heard today that there's a lot of momentum and a lot of opportunity. So we're really proud of these dealers.
Mhm.